For us, it's been probably a lot of different scenarios that have come into play. A little bit of the tariff, a little bit more of the tariff talk. We've had some weather issues. Starting 2 years ago, our dealers simply had too much stock. And so a lot of different things combined have really slowed business a little bit, but not as much as people really have thought. Really, we've had a correction this year.
Yeah.
It's correcting of the inventory. So my bigger dealers are actually feeling pretty good and feeling pretty healthy as they've drawn down their inventory as they look at the long-term future.
Right. As I understand it, sales have been really strong for a couple of years coming into this. So let me ask you what the impact of the trade war has been with China. A couple $100s worth, I think, of parts in these RVs come from China. You have the president literally ordering companies out of that country. What do you do?
Well, we don't directly buy anything from China. So we have vendors that do. I know vendors are looking at alternatives right now. So for us, a lot of our raw materials don't come out of there. So the effect isn't as large. And so I know as our vendors are definitely looking at alternatives, we'll work with them, over time. But many people thought that the effect would be thousands.
Sure.
To an RV, but it really has turned out to be a smaller amount. And getting the parts, we've been able to do that as well. So we're an industry that we react very quickly, and we are not single sourced on any product. And we can look at other areas of the world, and we will find options.
What are your options? We saw back a couple of months ago, just after the president had really put up the tariff pressure on China, he threatened tariffs on Mexico. And a lot of manufacturers were whipsawed because they said, wait a minute, that was one of our alternatives. Now, if that's going to cost just as much, we don't know if we should move there or not. Vietnam may or may not be an alternative. I mean, where else can you go?
Well, for us, we're learning more. We had a large acquisition this year of the Erwinheimer Group in Europe, based out of Germany. And for them, they've got alternative sourcing as well. So different areas throughout the world, we're currently looking and working with different vendors. I head to Germany next week to the largest show in Europe, and I'll meet a new set of vendors over there that supply many of the same products we get here. So there are options in other areas, and our vendors in the U.S., they're weighing these out, as much as anybody.
Sure. And Bob, when do we have to see RV sales start to get some traction again in order to be assured that they're not heading into a prolonged slump and that this is not telling us that the economy's in decline?
Yeah, for us, we look at the last couple of years. It's been really a right sizing of the inventory. We had a 10-year run, and dealers really ordered probably a little bit too much inventory. They will all tell you that. And they had to work through that inventory last year. And this year, our inventories are in line. One thing that we really look at is the age of our inventory, and that's very much in line. And one of we call our canaries in the coal mine is Airstream, the iconic riveted trailer that it costs upwards of $100,000. That's usually one of our first products that slow down if there was a macro recession coming, and we did see that early, many months before anything else. And we're frankly seeing the opposite. We're building a new factory for Airstream right now. Dealers want to expand and take products to markets where we simply can't provide enough Airstreams at this time. So that's one of our biggest indicators. So it gives us some peace of mind that the higher end products really haven't slowed up. Shipments have slowed, but it's really an inventory correction issue.
I love that, the Airstream indicator. I'm adding that to the list. Where are you building the factory, Bob, before we go real quickly?
Right next to the original factory in Jackson Center, Ohio. Most of our production is in northern Indiana, but Airstream is this very much craft-built product that you have to have the know-how of people that have done it for many years. So it's the largest factory we've ever built. And with that's our confidence in the long term of the industry. We wouldn't have done that if we saw things slowing in the future.
Sure.
So Airstream, for us, we always feel is a great indicator of the overall health of the RV industry.